What's up, y'all? What is up, friends? Can we focus the camera? Now we can. Yes. What's up, you guys? Hope y'all are doing well. Happy Monday! Happy Monday indeed for Iowa fans, for sure. Sad Gator noises. I don't want to talk about it. That's okay. That's okay. Proud of our boys. Had a great season. Disappointing finish, but that doesn't take away from all that we accomplished this season. SEC regular season champions. 1 seed. Dang. Hurts to not make it out of the first weekend, but you know. I heard there was a lot of bullshit in the game. So I'm glad I didn't watch it, because honestly I just assumed we were going to win. Which is on me, you know, whatever. But I heard there was a lot of bullshit. And if I had watched, I would have been much more upset than I am now. So I made the right call. Anyways, hope y'all are having a great start to your week. Let's do flexibilities to start. I'd like to do these tuba flexies. So for those who weren't here yesterday for the discussion, I actually need some valve oil. But I've been redoing my practice schedule and restructuring my day essentially, such that first thing that I do in the morning now is my fundamental exercises, warm-ups for horn at not 3, 4. Sorry, that was 3 or 4 drops of oil. At about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. Today it was 7:30, but it's gonna be more early tomorrow. But then taking a break, so I haven't played since I think I stopped at 8:30, 8:45, and I went out and I gardened. I took a shower. I've actually been doing things all day as opposed to just getting ready to play horn and be in waiting mode. You know what I mean? I think my mornings had been a victim of waiting mode, because you know that you want to do something, play horn at 11 o'clock or whatever. So doing stuff before that is well, I can't do stuff before that because I have to be ready to play horn at 11 o'clock. But so that's been my morning. I am I feel good. I feel good. I feel like this is the most productive Monday I have had, excuse me, in a long ass time, which is kind of sad, but that's more of a me thing, I suppose. Anyways, that's enough yapping. Yappity yap, don't look back. Womp womp. Stay hydrated, friends. Especially nowadays, it's starting to get hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Make sure you stay well hydrated. All right. But right, so tuba flexies. So my fundamental warm-ups end with lip trills, some flexibility shit, but not all these. So this is gonna help warm me up, get back to warm up, and then we'll do excerpts, solo stuff. What is going on? Yo, Uploadable and Professor, good to see y'all. Happy Monday. How are you guys? Wonderful to see you both. Same old. I hear that. I hear that. Another day, another dollar. Another week, another something. Another week, another... I can't think of anything that starts with a W that would be like... Because day, dollar works. Another Monday, another meager compensation. I don't know. Oh shoot. That was trigger. Yikes. Excuse me, goodness. Hello, mate. You heard the new FIFA song? It's absolute trash, ain't governor? I have not. Good to see a confused guy. I don't know FIFA, like at all. Learning D7 on guitar. D7, the chords, like a D7 chord. That's pretty sweet. That's gonna make all of your A and G based songs, and I suppose, you know, D-based songs, freaking cool. That's a great tool to have in your toolbox. I love seventh chords. Oh, D7 by wipers. I gotcha. Well, that's totally different. How heavy is this thing? I haven't weighed this one specifically, but I remember we looked up, horns are between like 12 to 15 pounds. So, you know, they're not light, but it's not like unbearably heavy. You know, it's sort of, you get used to the weight and the feel of it after a little bit. But you definitely feel it like in your shoulders and your lats a little, as if you're, you know, a little tense with it. You want to make sure that you're loose and you know, all that shit. But yeah. Like the weight of a newborn baby. That's a big baby. Aren't most newborns like between 7 to 10 pounds or something? I feel like that's literally like a baby and a half. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't have kids. I haven't had much experience with like newborns since my younger siblings were born. But I feel like they were like 8 pounds or somewhere in there. So like half of this, split it down like down the middle. You know, give one mother would be King Solomon. Give one mother one half of the horn or something. You know, that's right. We getting biblical on your ass. I don't know what I'm saying. Bye, buddy. You can go outside if you want. He looks so guilty. He's like, but can I? Yeah. Bye, buddy. Open the door. You can go. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Just gotta help out my man. You wanna go outside? There you go. Alright, that's fine. Everybody say goodbye, Pax. We have been blessed by the Paxman. Little dude. Okay. So those are tubas. Ooh, I should do the harps too. I really should do the harps, which is basically just harmonic series. But that's what we're doing. Let's see. Today I have a lesson on Wednesday. So the excerpts, one of the excerpts I'm going to hit excerpts. I gotta be able to, meteorologist, teleprompter, like figure out where my things are so that I can point. And Don Quixote, we're gonna work on variation 7 pretty hard because I wanna get feedback on it for my lesson on Wednesday. Variation 7 Don Quixote is gonna be a good one. Harp flexies. Those are tough. I'm trying to do them like with an even tempo and not trying to do them too fast. Cause like the first 3 bars that are repeated, I can do them like, before they go up the full octave, the full harmonic scale. But I'm trying to keep them even and fast, fluently, and with understandable rhythm. Honestly, it's the what they say for the glissando exercise next, but fast, fluently, and with understandable rhythm. So, And he's back. What's up, dude? Hey, sweetie man. Wanna lay down? Wanna lay down? Yes, sir. Oh, that's a good spot. That's a good boy. Oh my goodness, y'all need to see this man. He just got his bed just right here. Yeah! He's a sleepy old man. He turned 13 earlier this month. Can you believe it? Holy shit. You're so old, buddy. He's older than I am. Fucking crazy. Alright. Gotta get these dang water pops. Oh, that was nasty. And And can I tell you why I'm so excited about? I was talking about the schedule, daily practice schedule. So this is my second practice of the day. I get a third by spacing it out this way and doing. I'm going to go until about 1 o'clock, take a break until about 3:30 or 4, and have another 2 hours of practice. So I'm by following the schedule, it gets me between 4.5 to 6 hours of practice time a day. Yeah, we're putting in the work, that's for damn sure. I'd like to buy a vowel. A C. It's not even a vowel. It's backwards. C. I can't hit it. Whatever. Okay. All right, there's the harp. Should do some of these other flexies, the schmores. And I think I want to do them with a metronome. A little bit slow. Something like that. You know what if we put the music stand here? Punch my mic a few times. Because I don't really like the camera set up to where it gets my side profile. I'd like to be able to do like this, and I think this works. Yeah, and I can still see the screens. Cool. This is the kind of thing that, you know, a normal person would not do live on stream and get their, you know, settings and layout and everything all done otherwise. But I'm not your average streamer, as I'm sure y'all are well aware at this point. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I could sit. The volume mixer is not quite, it's behind the music, so I've got to be able to see that. But. as good as, or I shouldn't say as good, as much progress as I made in the low register, doing these sort of flexibilities to like get down there quickly are still really, really hard. We should do this one for a high flexibility. And way too fast. Cool. All right. Cool. So there's the flexies, the flexibilities. Excuse me. Whole lot of drywall and joint compound dust in this house. We've tried to sweep up and clean up as much as we can, but there's still quite a bit. Cool. All right, so there's flexibilities. I want to start, I think, with Don Quixote. See how we can. Honestly, 70 BPM kind of sounds. And then it's an 8/4, 3, 4, 1, and da 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 da. It's an 8. Dun da 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 dum bum ba da da dum bum dun da 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 da. Yeah, this is the. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to save this as Don Quixote Variation 8. Quixote Var 7. Because it's not Variation 8, it's Variation 7. Da, 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 da. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. You learned it uploadable. Excellent. Good job. That was very quick. Yo, Suki, what's going on, my friend? Good to see ya. Hope you're having a good one. Good Monday. Gross. We're working on a little Don Quixote. Goodness, I tell you what, I'm kind of tired. Kind of sleepy. I've been up this morning, like, doing stuff. And last night stayed up a little bit, just a little bit late. Because there was the Gator game. Not worth staying up for, but whew, I could use a nap. I tell ya. Made it through the Monday. You'll love to see it. Hell yeah, dude. I'm still working on getting through mine, and it's whew, we're only half an hour into practice, and already I'm like, dang, when is practice over? The renovation's going okay. Renovation's going okay. Thanks for asking. We got the drywall and the mud for one patch of the wall already done and sanded, and we just got to prime and paint. We have electricians coming out to do part of it next Monday. And I'm in the process of haggling with our door guy to see if we can bring the quote down a little bit. Which reminds me, I actually... No, not yet. So that's, yeah, that's kind of how it's going. And then once we're done with all that, it's going to be cabinets. We got the, you can't see it out in the hallway. If I open the door all the way, you could. We got the sink and the faucet and everything. So really we're just waiting on a couple pieces to be put in place, and then we can kind of just like get it going, you know? Yeah, the kitchen's still not usable. It's covered in joint compound dust, so we gotta clean. We gotta like get everything ready, you know, for it. But it's the one wall that we've done looks like a wall. That's like the 2/3 up is like just normal. And then from the bottom third is like drywalled and replaced down there. So, yeah, it's coming along. Not quite there yet. Still way too much to do. But it's on the way. to like actually do these rhythms correctly. So let me see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'm counting them correctly. I just need to be more like secure in them. More confident. Fake it till you make it. Or something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Take the click out for a second. These 2 bar, or 3 bars really, are not good. It's getting there. It's definitely getting somewhere. The super low one is just like, why? Why does this need to be an octave down? Like, it could have been just as easily an octave up. Excuse me. I don't know if it's worth like how much is it worth going and like repeating all of this stuff? Because I feel like it's like, what am I improving? I'm reinforcing, right? Maybe that's good enough reason in and of itself. Maybe it's just reinforcing. Play it a million times until you can't get it wrong. That's the difference. My professor, when I was in college 15 years ago, told me the difference between an amateur and a professional is that amateurs practice till they get it right. A professional practices till they can't get it wrong. So the muscle memory is such that it's locked in 100% of the time, and there is no deviation, and it is perfect. Practice does not make perfect. That is a common mistake, fallacy. Practice makes permanent. Perfect practice makes perfect. Permanently. Something like that, you know. Anyways, so actually, let's go ahead and get the click back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Two, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little rough, a little fell apart a bit in the middle, and in the center. In the ooey gooey caramel filled center, Don Quixote fell apart a little bit. What are we even talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I cannot wait for lunch. Yo, chat. Allow me to eat vicariously through you. What are y'all having? What have you had or are you having for lunch today? I gotta know. Also, there has been a huge influx of like door-to-door like salespeople recently. That's why I was looking out my window out here. It's somebody, I think they're with the city or county. They're like marking lines on the road. So they're cool. But like, it's so fucking annoying. They came to my girlfriend's house on Saturday. It was Saturday or Sunday. And like, they just showed up and they were like, hey. I was like, no. So, like, who's trying to be sold shit in the comfort of their own home by a stranger? Like, that shit needed to die out in the 50s. Door-to-door sales, like, that's not okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, shoot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. was at least in time with that. It was not played correctly, but it was the rhythm was still there. Tapioca, what's going on, my friend? Good to see ya. It is a good morning. It is a very good morning. I hope it is for you as well. We've been at it. I don't know if you were here the other day. I was talking about doing a personal daily practice schedule change to where I'm starting at like 7 in the morning, doing my warm-ups and fundamentals, taking a break for a couple of hours, coming back 11 to 1, which is what we're doing now, for another practice session, taking a break for another couple hours, going doing stuff, and then from like 4 to 6 in the afternoon/evening doing a third practice session. So this is now the second of my third. That's a 2. That's not me flicking you off. I apologize. This is the second of 3 practice sessions today. So it is good though. It has been a good morning. I've actually, in addition to the practicing, I went out and I gardened this morning. It is a beautiful morning for garden. I was out there with my chickens. They were out there clucking and scratching up and, you know, doing as they do. Planted some, let's see, there was a blue-eyed grass, which is really fucking weird. It's just grass and it's got these little blue flowers that come out of the top of it. It's really pretty. I put a swamp milkweed in the ground. Great for your butterflies, your monarchs especially. I put bee balm, which is another native. Like, these are all natives that I'm working with. And garlic chives. I had a garlic chives in a pot that I finally put into the ground because it's been in a pot for over a year. So like, yeah, it was desperate to get into the ground. But I actually did that shit. Like, I did stuff this morning. I don't usually do stuff in the morning before practice, but like this practice schedule is great for that. So it's a great morning. Left my jacket somewhere, so I had to walk to school with just a hoodie. Oh no, that's tragic. Oh, you don't have like a backup? Dude, that sucks. Yikes. But at least, you know, outside fresh air, right? And you get the blood pumping, you walk a little briskly and you warm yourself up or something. You know, I'm trying, but that really sucks, dude. Sorry to hear that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to do that bar. That's the bar I need to work on. That's that one. The one before it, I lose all confidence, all like flow. Alright, you know what? I'd say that's Don Quixote worked up pretty decently for today. Maybe not quite. Maybe not quite. These last two sets of triplets that are out in the middle of nowhere, much like our heroes in variation 8, these last two triplets that are in the middle of nowhere in variation 7 trip me up. One, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which, they're easy. That's the problem. Is because there's so much time in between. One, two, 3, 4, 5. That I lose the partial. Yeah, I would say that's worked out pretty well. Let's move from Don Quixote, then. What is next? Let's see. We've been working on a Granger. Ooh, here we go. Yes. Lohengrin, from Wagner, the intro to Act 3. Horn 2. Horn in G, E, G, E, D, G, E, A, S, E, D, and so far, and so forth, and so on, and so farn. Okay. And so for this excerpt, what I'm really trying to focus on are crisp and strong articulations for the triplets as they go up, and you'll see what I mean as we go through. But they really got to pop, and right now they're not popping as well as much as they should. That's unfortunate. Because I'm trying to take really quick, deep breaths, and unfortunately, sometimes they manifest as burps. Honestly, y'all, I'm sweating. That's intense. I even have my dry fit Nike Florida Gator, like extra super wicking technology or something. I don't know. It's just a shirt. But whew, goodness, it's a little more aerobic than I was anticipating, which I think is a good thing. I was in my first break this morning. I was doing some breathing gym. If y'all have ever heard of the breathing gym, designed by master tubists Patrick Sheridan and Sam Palafian. I believe the late Sam Palafian. Rest in peace. And it's all about it's literally a gym, like a workout for breathing and stretching and making sure that all the muscles involved with breathing are stretched, are as big and open as they can be. And then it's actually working out the breathing apparatus. So like taking in full deep breaths. The one that I like the best is the pop. So you let out all of your air, and then you create you breathe in through the back of your hand so that you're not breathing in, and you're trying to create like, and then you pop your hand off, and then it goes, and it's like it's a huge, it's a really good one. So like, and it's like, and it fills you all the way up if you're like, although maybe it's a little tense in the neck. I don't know if I'm doing it right. That's the other thing, is I really would benefit from like buying the breathing gym DVD, but it's like $35. It's a little steep for a DVD, because also this day and age, I don't have a way to play a DVD. Now that I'm realizing it, my PC does not have a disk drive because I didn't build it with one because I didn't need one. My PS4, I'm pretty sure the power supply is dead on it, so I don't have that. I don't have like a standalone DVD player, and neither my nor my girlfriend's laptops have a disk drive, I think. So I don't even have a way to play the DVD. If I were to spend $35 on it, I have to spend $35 on a DVD player. What's up, Zooms? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good, wonderful Monday. Goodness, I'm just taking a rant break, an embouchure break, working on a little Wagner, and man, it's killing me. It's pretty intense. It's pretty tough. Doing some Lundgren, not even doing like the. Do I have the short call? I don't have the short call on hand, but that's a fun one. the short call is on an audition list, I think I will fail that audition. Turns out my transposition, my sight reading transposition for horn in E is not very good. Who knew? Who knew that was going to be the case? I never do it, so like, I expected it to be perfect. What's wrong with this picture? Ah. Because also it switches, it's G and then E for 5 bars, and then it's G for a bar and a half, and then E for another 5 bars, and then it's in D for like half of the page, and then it's in G for a bar and a half, and then it's in E for another half of the page, then it's in A flat for 1 bar, then it's in E for 5 measures, then it's in D for the rest of the page. Like, what the fuck is this piece? God, if I ever have to play horn for Longren, first off, that means I'm playing with an opera, so like, good for me. But I hate the way this is written. This is just so infuriating. I need to get a highlighter, is what I need. And I need each key, each horn key to be a different color. So I need like E to be green, D to be red, G to be yellow, A flat to fuck off, because what are we doing? Okay, that's enough Wagner. That's enough of that Wagner. Let's see. We've done some low excerpts here. What if we moved for a second to some Strauss, and not Strauss's tone poems, but the horn concerto. Let's try horn concerto, because this is going to be a graded piece. I'm gonna have to play it for a recital and a jury, so it's got to be good. And I think it will be. I am confident that it probably will be. Probably. So let's make sure, as much as we can, that it will be good. That's not Strauss. Shake it out. Ooh, get all loose. I think I have a lot of tension in my neck when I breathe in or out. Yeah. I think I need to work on that somehow. Figuring out how to work on that is a whole other thing. All right. Strauss 1. feel like I'm getting calluses on the inside of my lip, like because there's one on both sides here, and when I was trying to do a 2-octave jump from F to the pedal F, it was like walk, and I was like, oh, they need to hurry up and like toughen up because that shit hurts. But also, it needs to not restrict my flexibility when it calluses over. That would be bad. Huh. Now that I think about it, that could be worse. That could be much worse. Anyways. That is far more than a 21 measure of rest, for the record. Those were probably the worst B flats I've ever hit in my life. But as pathetic as that second one was, it did actually hit. It was a B flat, which is promising, but so I need to. It's that same shit that we were going through in my lesson this past week, and from the Granger excerpt. It's just getting those really, really super high notes in context is so hard. I guess it's an air thing, but I feel like it's my corners are just like they can't hold themselves that long. Maybe because I'm not using enough air, and because I'm compensating by like maybe using some pressure where I don't need to, and that's, you know, fucking up my embouchure, and my air is just haphazard and all over the place, and not, you know, I don't know. But that'll be a big topic for this coming lesson, I'm sure. Goodness. I don't know, because I am fatigued already, like a little bit. We'll come back to the exposition. Let's move to the development. Make sure we're sitting up straight. Posture is very important. Breathing is paramount. I just worked that out, and I like remembered it as it was coming, and I was like, damn. It's technically Strauss. First movement. It wasn't great. Honestly, not as good as it had been. I felt like getting into the triplet section. Oh, excuse me. I feel like getting into the triplet section was a little nice. The first like arpeggios, the and it's because I'm not going too small on the E flats before it. It happens again, like Jesus. I don't know why I can't just like breathe without sucking it down for a burp. Okay, so if we want to practice this part, or if we want to practice, we should do the scale runs. We should do the funky triplet bit that I still can't play correctly. And I think if we do those and we have those really, really well, I think it should be okay. So let's work out the scale runs. And I should do these with a click, because let's see, full speed is something like here. No subdivision. Bum bum ba-dum ba 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 bum bum bum. 1, 2. I'm holding that way too long. all throughout that, my corners are tired. They're squeezing so hard to be able to hit that G up there, and it's just not. Just doesn't sound great. But you know what? That's okay. It doesn't have to today. It just needs to sound great in like 2 months' time. So, yay. Got that to look forward to. Okay. Wrong. Sounds like a buzzer, like a zzz, like a. Oh, y'all remember that game Operation, where you had to take the tweezers and like get the different things from inside the patient's body, and if you hit the sides, his nose would light up and it'd like. Buzz. That's a fun game. That's a damn fun game. I would be so ass at it right now or today, because like, well, maybe my hands are a little steadier than I was thinking they were. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. My corners are just too fucking tight. I was trying to intentionally, and I think it's 12:15. We got to be on this, Strauss, for just now. I was trying intently to focus on supporting with my core, as opposed to pinching and making sure my embouchure was like tight and firm. And we got further into the passage, and I think that's because we were relying more on air than muscle. Ugh. But boy howdy, we got a ways to go. All right, let's take a quick detour into Mahlerland. See if we can't work out Mahler 1 excerpt, the Frere Jacques. And tempo for this is 65 to 70. So, you know what? Actually, just while we're here, Strauss is intensive. Let's noodle a bit. I like to noodle. just to loosen up the chops in between things. Because also I want to make sure that from playing high, I'm still reinforcing good habits down low. And if I go straight from playing high to playing low, I tend to revert back to bad habits. So I'm trying to make sure that when I go back to a low excerpt, as Mahler 1 is, my low, I'm thinking about and having the proper excuse me, embouchure and air and everything, reinforcing those good habits. You know, stay hydrated. Also, you know what? We could just like be super cool and chill with it. I'm not cool enough to wear sunglasses indoors, though. I'm definitely not. And that's doing things like that. So, you know, the third space C all the way down to pedal, arpeggiating throughout, doing chromatics down, and like just making sure that all the registers flow between themselves, right? Between high and low. That's where we want to be. That's not where I am if I don't like actively think about it and make sure that that's where we're at. But, you know, something. Oh, goodness gracious. This is great. This is, and I think I'm gonna have to talk to my professor about like, it's good to have 6 hours in a day to practice, but eventually, it comes down to like, what am I playing? Like, I'm so used to playing 2, 3, 4 hours that like, do I just hammer home? You know, for 20 minutes. Like she was saying, work this excerpt for like 20 minutes at a time, right? So we kind of did that with Don Quixote. We kind of did a little bit of that with Strauss, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit shorter with the Lohengrin, for example. But like Mahler 1, do we work this for 20 minutes? I don't know. I guess if it needs it, but like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how smooth it might be. Let's get a click as well. might need to work on this for 20 minutes. It is not smooth. It is not even. It is not good. Let's see. And actually, what we should do as well. I hate doing this because opening up Spotify means my computer is going to run like shit because Spotify is shit. But it's got cello drones, and I should set it to a concert E flat. And have that in my ear, and that'll be good for a particular intonation on the D flat in particular. The is a very nasty note on horn. No matter who you are, no matter what instrument you're playing, no matter how if you do it this, if you do it this, if you do it however you do it, D flat above pedal C is a disgusting note. Disgusting! It's really nasty. So we got to make sure, and it's the minor third of this excerpt. It's in for horn B flat minor, E flat minor concert. So the B flat, or the D flat rather, it's really got to be there, secure, and in tune, which is damn near impossible, but we're gonna try. But it's still like popping too loud. Like all of this is way too loud. It's way too loud. It's not very even, I feel like. Those were still too loud, but it felt like that sort of like, I don't know. B flat doesn't sound after the low F. How is that possible? Like, the F sounds. Why would the B flat not sound? Yo, what's up, Felicia? Is that right? Yeah. Felicia, yeah, what's going on? Friend got banished to English class. Fate worse than death right there. You hate to see it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Monday. Other than your friend's banishment. I am happy you're here, my friend. We're just working on a little mauler. It's not really working very well. And I'm not entirely sure how the practice for it needs to be. Like like I know it needs to smooth out and needs to become like good, but how to make it good. You got band next? Dude, that's so exciting! I love band class, man. I remember being in school, playing in band. Almost like it was yesterday, because I have band class tomorrow. Is the joke? It's the Wind Symphony at the community college, but it's band class. You know, it is a lot of fun. It's different, I'll tell you. High school or like grade school versus as an adult. It is definitely not not the same band class. Or alternatively, maybe it's because I'm 34 and I'm in band class with a bunch of like 19-year-olds. That could also be why. Who knows? It could be anything. I like full orchestra more, but it's fun. Well, yeah. I mean, if you have a chance to play with an orchestra, with a youth orchestra, or whatever the case, absolutely, that would be way better. Way better. I'm still working to try and get into one of those myself. I can't participate in youth orchestras anymore. I am old. Make sure there's no water in my valves. Do you play with orchestra as well as band? Because like, I would have loved when I was in school, in band class and all. I was out in the sticks, out in the boonies, so we didn't really have like youth orchestra opportunities or anything like that. So I just had to play in my band program. But I would have loved to be in like some kind of youth orchestra or something. The local symphony or the local orchestra, they just had youth what was it, soloist competition or something. So the winners of the solo competitions got to play their pieces with the orchestra. It was really cool. There was a flute one that I don't remember what it was, and then a Sibelius violin concerto, which was like, holy moly! This kid was like, he was literally half my age. The kid was 17 years old, and fucking, I mean, it sounded professional. Granted, the kid's been playing since he was 5, I guess, which he's got 4 years of experience on me at half my age. But like, Sam, that kid was good. You do the orchestra, your principal clarinet, dude. That's so cool. What kind of repertoire do you do? Are you doing like Do you do like the big ones, the Mahlers, the Beethovens, the Strauss, the Dvorak's, the Bruckners, Hansons, like Brahms. Like, that's crazy. Y'all, that's pretty cool. That is really cool. All right. Now we're doing the Mahlers. Yeah, I might have to just revisit this one later today. I just played Symphony Fantastique by Berlioz. Yo, that's a good one. I've been I'm not familiar with that one myself, but on my YouTube, I put on like classical when I'm cooking or eating dinner or something. And Symphony Fantastique is one that it keeps recommending to me. I'm gonna have to check it out. That's a really I don't know much Berlioz. I think didn't he do? No, I'm thinking Mendelssohn. I don't know that I know anything by Berlioz. What has he done? Hector Berlioz, Symphony Fantastique. Seems like that's like the big one. Everything I looked up. Oh well, okay. Google fucking auto-corrected to Symphony Fantastique. That's why. All right, Berlioz. Harold in Italy, Requiem l'Enfance du Christ, Les Troyens, Beatrice et Benedict, Romeo et Juliet. Oh, that's what I know. I know Romeo and Juliet by him. Yeah. That's really cool. Seems like Symphony Fantastique is like the big one from him. I gotta check him out. Haven't heard his other stuff. Yeah. Me neither. But you know, he's I don't know what I'm talking about. What did I turn? Am I doing the other Mahler? Fuck, I should do the other Mahler. Jeez. Just feels bad today. What are you practicing these excerpts for? So first answer is for class because they were assigned by my my horn teacher. She is assigned a number of these, couple of Mahlers, some Strauss, Wagner, Granger, you know, some excerpts like that, and Shostakovich. So that's answer number one. Number two is she's kind of giving me, letting me work through a bunch that would be on potentially an audition list. In about 2 months, the local orchestra is going to have auditions for their sublist, and I would like to take that audition and hopefully do decently well. But it's literally like 2 months away, and I'm kind of freaking out because I don't think it's going to go very well. That's kind of it. And then in the future, I would be taking more auditions, you know, as I progress and get better. But The most immediate is for horn the studio. It was a grade. Next most immediate is for audition, hopefully in May. But we'll see. I'm not still undecided whether I'm actually going to take that one. Although I have been encouraged to do it just for the experience. We'll see. I also don't want to make a fool of myself. You know, audition prep is stressful. Yes, it is. It sure is. You're so real for that. Yeah. Yeah, and especially right now, we don't have the actual rep list that they'd be asking for. So we're kind of going on, what are common, audition excerpts. Working up Strauss 1, First Horn Concerto as like your solo piece. Because that's definitely gonna. It's either Strauss 1 or like one of the Mozarts for horn. So, if you prepare up Strauss 1, that's going to be on there. Shostakovich 5 is like almost guaranteed to be on there. You're probably gonna get some like either Till Eulenspiegel or Heldenleben, something from Strauss, for sure. Maybe some Don Quixote, maybe Don Juan, depending on what the upcoming season's gonna look like. Probably, I almost guarantee you there's going to be some Mahler. Yeah. So going through like common, like the more common orchestral excerpt requests, as well as things that are. So, for example, there's an excerpt from Granger. It's a wind band excerpt. You're not going to find this on orchestral auditions, but it's really good because it's by practicing that, I practice other things that are applicable to like Strauss and other things. So it's good. Yeah, just as a learning experience, some of these. In the long run as well, it's not really. I don't know that I've seen it on more than one audition list since I've been looking, and that was like, I think one in Hungary or something. So I'm not even going to take that one. I'm not going to take any of them, but definitely not the one in Hungary. Oh, that'd be fucking cool. Is it? You know what? I think Berlioz is Hungarian, isn't he? French! Obviously, his name is Hector. Hector Berlioz. That's not Hungarian. What am I thinking of? This is the armature. Oh. That's it. That's weird. This is weird what is happening right now. Because it's... That works when coming from the low E. And I think what it is, it's written pianissimo is the problem. And as I'm doing it from the higher E, I'm losing my air support. That's got to be it. It's an air problem. It's an air problem, y'all. It's always an air problem. My air is shite. So let's not be shite. Terrible with air too. Man, it's so tough. Like, because I think I've never been good with air, like properly. I was decent 15 years ago when I was in college, but like having taken a break for 15 years, I have like zero muscle memory for good breathing, good support, anything like that. So that's a big problem for me. You got no excuse. Just use good air. You're young. You're in like ensembles and stuff. You're a child. Just like use air. I'm just teasing. I don't mean to bully. My apologies, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. If you've heard of there's a thing that I've been doing literally like today. It's called the breathing gym. I don't know if it's it's probably applicable to like all wind players. It's designed by tubists, some master tubists, so they know their shit about air and breathing and stuff. And like so that's what I'm kind of trying to do to fix. It's a series of like stretches, exercises for like flow control, stuff like that. Capacity. It's really good. It's really hard not to have tension. Yes, it is. One thing that I like to do for that, and I don't have it in here with me, but just like a paper towel roll when you're done with the paper towel, and you just have the cylinder, just like it takes away like tension. It opens up your throat, and you just it's really good. Or just putting also helps to open up the throat and get a really, really good breath in. I need to do that more. My band director a few years ago made us do that. Dude, that's awesome. That's great. You're already ahead of the curve. So why is your air so bad? I'm just playing. You got to keep doing it. Have you done it more recently than a few years ago? Mm-hmm. 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 Done similar, putting your index finger behind your front teeth. Oh, really? Okay, so that seems to be more applicable to a clarinet, sure, because like, yeah, I could see that. That's really cool. Oh goodness, we got a stretchy, sleepy puppy. What's up, dude? Hi, little Mr. Sleepy Man. Say hi to little old man. He's so stretchy. What's up, dude? Can you lay down? I just have 12 minutes left to practice. You want to practice with me for 12 minutes? You want to hang out with me and practice for 12 minutes? Closer to 11 now? Oh, he's a good boy. He just turned 13 this month. Oh my god. He's my precious. Oh, like, I know. Okay. All right. Hold on. Oh, I know it, dude. I know. You want to come here? Big jump. Whoa! Oh, goodness. Mwah. Look at this boy. Oh, he's so. Oh, he's my favorite. Oh, don't tell any of the others. There are no others, but he's my favorite. The others are chickens. Oh my goodness. I swear, this dude is such a snuggle bug. Oh, he's precious. But he also licks a lot, like nonstop. For example, if I give him the opportunity, you notice he goes right away. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. All right, belly man. All right. Oh, let's get you down. Big jump. There you go. Good boy. All right. I have 12 minutes left, and then I will come and play, okay? All right. I've been saying 12 minutes. It's 10 minutes now. Oh, my God. That's fine. That's 2 minutes of practice very well spent. All right. For the last 10 minutes of practice, then, actually, I think it's going to be the smaller 3. I really got to work these low slurs a little bit more, because they're not, and especially coming from the E on the staff. So if I can hit the right freaking notes. That close. Everything leading up to that final low E was actually kind of there. The slurs sort of sounded. Dang! That was almost it. That was almost there. I wonder if it's... You know what? I wonder if you have single-handedly helped me get this excerpt down by talking about breathing in air and then doing... and like getting into the... Because now the notes are hitting! Like, what the hell, man? Surely it's not that easy to just like breathe whenever stuff is not playing the way I think it should be. If only 'twere that easy. You know what? Let's try this. Let's try Mahler 3. Excuse me. The entire excerpt, because it's a... Whew, it's a bear. It's a lot of air. Holy shit. Let's see. Nope. I'm not using any air. I'm like, my breaths are like... the doing it in context is so much harder and so like different. Fuck, man. I didn't have nearly enough. Maybe I'm just still not taking a big enough breath. How is that even possible? Jesus, I feel like I'm doing as much as I can. I'm sweating over here. God. Let's see. Hi, but dude, it's not. We've still got 4 minutes. We still got 4 minutes. I know. Give me one. Here's what we're going to do. Ow, because I kind of in my anger I sort of banged it against my bottom lip, so that's not good. But we're just gonna work on the slurs a couple more times down low. Forget about in context. We'll work that out later. Because we got 4 minutes and then we gotta go. Ow, that actually kind of hurt. I was doing like and like an idiot. God. One more time from the E at the bottom of the staff all the way through and then ending on the low. If we can do that, that's where we're going to call the early afternoon practice. And then we're going to, it's not going to be streamed or anything, but I'm on a new practice schedule where I've got 3 practice windows every day. Once first when I first get up, next in the early to mid afternoon, and then there's one later in the afternoon / evening, like before dinner. So definitely something to look at in the later practice as well. But let's try. honestly, I think that's pretty good. I think that's not too bad. Ow, I hit my lip. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it. We're technically, by my clock, a minute early getting out of practice, but that's okay. I'm tired and I need to get lunch, so that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. As always, peace, love, and French horn. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Mondays. Have good starts to your week, and I'll see y'all tomorrow around the same time for more practice. See y'all later. Bye.